YouTube, Mad Dog here. Welcome back to my channel. So before I start, just a quick little video, and this video is basically for a friend of mine, a fellow YouTuber and subscriber, and that's Plymouth Fenns, Thomas over at Plymouth Fenns. He's recently just uploaded a video showing some new kit items, various items that he's brought to add to his outdoors kit. At the beginning of his video, he was showing us all a neck knife, little neck knife similar to this one, a bit bigger than this, with a few added extra little goodies, and he was, showing off his new kit. Happy days. However, he came out with the comment that, I'll be able to carry this legally over here in the UK because the blade is less than 3 inches. So I just want to set the record straight there, brother. This is purely for you, mate, not really for anybody else that may know this. So anybody else watching, please excuse me, but I'm doing this just to help a friend out so he doesn't get himself into trouble. So a quick recap, very simplistically. Excuse me. At the moment over here in the UK, as it stands, our ridiculous knife law is, for everyday carry, you cannot have a knife that is of fixed blade of any type. It has to be non-locking, like the old Swiss Army knife here. It's got to have no form of locking mechanism, no slip lock, liner locks, any mechanical form of locking. The blade has to be less than 3 inches in length, and it has to be deemed non-tactical. Whatever the hell that means, If you read up on the UK knife law, it actually says has to be deemed non-tactical. So, whilst I totally disagree with our current ridiculous laws over here in the UK, I'm still an advocate of abiding by them. So, if you're watching, mate, what I would suggest to you is your everyday carry. I'm not talking about camping or overnighting, because I'll come on to that subject in a minute. There is a difference. If you're going to wear something like this neck knife as an everyday carry item, an EDC item, and Mr. Joe Plod stops you, frisks you down, and basically all you're doing is taking Dopey Dog for a nice walk in the countryside, and he finds this around your neck. If I was that policeman and you're wearing no other equipment, maybe a flask, 1 or 2 bits, and Dopey Dog at your side there, I would see that as young man on his own with a dog, taking his dog for a walk. I'm carrying that for defensive reasons. I would see you carrying that as a self-defense item. So, irregardless of the fact that it is actually only a 2-inch blade, it is full tang, it isn't folding, therefore making it illegal everyday UK carry, and you will be arrested. The blade will be confiscated and you will be arrested for possessing an offensive weapon. Now, whilst you're only a young fella, don't forget in the future you may want to go shooting, to include shotgun shooting, rimfire, centrefire shooting. If you get charged just in possession of something that is deemed illegal carry, you will not be allowed to ever apply for a shooting, shotgun, otherwise licence. So a small criminal charge at your young time of life will stop you doing other things later on in life. Be mindful of that. If you have a criminal record, it could stop you getting employment somewhere in the future. It can shut a lot of doors for one silly little misdemeanor charge. So my advice to you would be, mate, don't risk it for EDC. Take something with you that fits the criteria of the law and make it work for you as best as you can. Just for EDC carry. You can't go wrong with any of the Victorinox brand of knives. You really can't. Check out X-Ray Zulu. I'm sure you have done. Great selection and series of reviews around that little EDC item. I mean, apples and oranges. The blade on this is 2.5 inches long. The blade on my little neck knife here is only 2 inches long. But in the eyes of our ignorant, uneducated law system, we would not be prosecuted for carrying that, but you would for that. However, on a side note, the only plausible way around this like in the future videos you will see me wearing something like the Mora strapped to my side in the future. Now, how do you get around that? Why is you're breaking the law, mate? So no, the law states that in a public place your EDC has to be less than 3 inches, folding, non-locking, non-tactical, unless you have good and just reason otherwise. So if I've got the landowner's permission, or I'm on my land, or I can prove that I'm bushcrafting with permission, fishing with permission, or any other field craft with permission of that landowner, then you can carry a fixed blade that is outside of the general UK legal carry law, because it's deemed a tool for your pursuit, your occupation at the time. So there are exemptions where you can carry fixed blades, axes, etc. outside of the UK EDC law as it stands. So if you're doing an overnighter with Dopey Dog in the woods and you want to carry your Mora camp knife with you, a fixed blade bigger than 3 inches knife, you can legally do so because you've got the rest of the kit with you, your tarp, your tent, whatever, to prove that you are camping, bushcrafting, whatever you want to call it. However, you must have landowner's permission, or you can then be prosecuted not only for trespass but armed trespass, and that carries up to 17 years and massive fines, either or both, in prison. You can do some serious time for that. So again, be very careful. I'm not teaching you how to suck eggs, and this video purely is aimed at you, mate. I want you safe, sound and within the law. Don't go and do anything silly just for the sake of carrying a bloody neck knife, which in my opinion and from experience, they are very limited as to what you can actually do with them anyway, that you cannot do with something like the Victorinox. I'd prefer that because it's got a saw. That one hasn't. It's got an awl. That one hasn't. I've got 2 blades. That one hasn't. I could go on, but I won't. So a quick little video for you, mate, Plymouth fans. Be very careful with the UK knife laws, especially in our current climate where we have these ridiculous gang-related knife crime epidemic, which, let's be honest, the government isn't addressing at the core issue. We won't go into that on this channel. All it's doing is a knee-jerk reaction, and as usual, for every criminality, every act of criminal behaviour, us law-abiding innocent people go through the mill for it. So it's like anything. I always say, if you've got nothing to hide, you've got nothing to fear. So stay within the parameters of the law, especially for EDC, when it doesn't really... Is it really that important to have a tactical looking neck knife on you all the time? In the UK, every day, walking the dog, is it really that necessary? I would say not. I'd always be an advocate of chucking something like that in your pocket. It's out of sight, it's out of harm's way, it's non-threatening, it's non-tactical, and it fits the criteria of the law. I know I've ranted on, but I want you safe, mate. I want you to continue to enjoy the outdoor hobby that we all sort of, I guess we're all here for, but do it safely, legally, and that way you'll enjoy it for many years to come. Sorry for the little rant, but I do want to, like I say, keep you all safe and above the law, especially you, mate. You know, I just worried me when I watched your video and you came out with that. Maybe it was an error, maybe it was just an error on a slip of the tongue on your part, who knows. I'm sure you'll let me know. Anyway, rambled on way too long, but please be careful with that, brother. I'm going to sign off for now. I may throw a video or 2 up this weekend on a different subject. So to everybody else, have a great weekend. I'm trying to keep up and follow all my subscriptions videos. Crikey me, I'm subscribed to like 1600 people. There ain't enough hours in the day to watch all your guys and lasses stuff, so if I do miss 1 or 2 of yours, please forgive me. I can't keep up with everybody. So anyways, I'm signing off for now. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care, stay safe. Mad Dog signing off. Yeah.